An acquaintance of mine recently asked me to talk about the glory of God and the issue of casting out and principalities, entering into intimacy with God. And I can say with full confidence that this is an ongoing process. And the revelation that I've begun to understand is dealing mostly with Peter and how Christ knew that Peter was going to be the rock upon which the church would be built, but that revelation was not the way that we think it is, right? That actually it was in the denying and the restoration that happened with Peter from that denial that he strengthened the body. And what I've seen is that it's in our weakness that God's strength is made manifest. And increasingly, I am seeing the places of human frailty and weakness in my life and the life of those that I minister with and minister to. That it's in that very place of our brokenness that God chooses to be glorified. And so he didn't take a whole lot of time to recognize Peter. He didn't have Peter jump through 50 hoops and 6 degrees and 5 Our Fathers and whatever. The first moment he saw Peter, he said, "You're the rock." And by his word, he will bring that to pass in our lives. He'll bring to pass what he has spoken in our lives. But oftentimes it's in our weaknesses that occurs as opposed to in our strengths. And we will glory in our weaknesses. And so my weakness has to do with physical intimacy. I didn't see much of it with my parents. Uh, I went through the 80s, 70s, 60s in California. And when the Lord asks me in worship to dance with him, I find this to be very problematic. Um, it renders a place of intimacy that I am actually embarrassed by, and yet it brings great delight to my soul. So as I'm processing the shame, if you will, of being invited to dance with him, you'll see me at church. Uh, I'm the old guy up in the corner that is trying to work out his dance moves, and that's where God has me right now. In my weakness, He's making Himself strong.